It's a great day. My name is Che Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we are on a mission. And our mission is to inspire, our mission is to empower, and our mission really is to provide you, that's right, you, the hard-working entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Lisa Crawford. She's in the building. And Lisa J Crawford be talking about, well, the hidden blessings in rejection. How are you, Lisa?
I am amazing. How are you?
I'm excited for this conversation. You know, when people first read, there are some folks who are already Googling you. Some folks already know you because you're so famous. Other people maybe have read your bio. We'll get into who you are in a moment. But when you talk about the hidden blessings in rejection, rejection means different things to different people. So when you're talking about rejection, what is your definition of rejection?
So when I'm speaking of rejection, just that word no. You know, you get it in business, you get it in your personal life, but just having somebody just turn you away flat out, no.
Just flat out no. What do you say first? Let's talk to the entrepreneurs that are out there. Because, Lisa, we have a number of folks that are dualpreneurs. Some folks work a full-time job and they're full-time entrepreneurs. Shout out to all of you out there. Thank you so much for inviting us into your home, loud as a stream right now to you. We appreciate you. And then there's other folks who have full-time jobs. Does that make sense? So, and they do this full-time. So take a moment for the entrepreneur that has to hear the word no over and over and over again. What's one of the reasons why that no is so piercing to them? And for many, it can deflate their spirits and really deject some folks. Why is that the case?
So for me and for the entrepreneur in me, when I hear the word no on that side, it creates a fire within me. Just because one person says no to me, and being in sales, you're going to hear it. I think the thing is you hear no 7 times before you get to a yes. So that is a fuel that just inflames me to keep pushing and keep pushing because I have goals to meet and things to reach. So I love a no on the entrepreneur side of me.
Well, you know, someone that loves the word no might be thinking, well, what is Lisa's mindset? What does she tell herself when she hears the word no? Because I try to be very positive. I try to have the right belief system. But when I hear it, it just bothers me. What does Lisa tell herself when she hears the word no, when she's trying to have a sales transaction or a business transaction?
So if I know that I've done the very best that I could do to understand what they need from me, help them understand what I have to give to them, then that no leads me on to something bigger because it's not about me. It's about them. And if they feel in their heart that we have crossed every T and dotted every I, that I'm not a fit, then I'm moving on. So that's a no for me and that's a no for them. But it keeps me going because I know that what the products that I have and the things that I do is worth something to someone. So that keeps me pushing forward.
I love it. They're listening to you. And don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask her, what does the hidden blessing in rejection mean? She's going to get to that in a moment. But some of you are meeting her for the very first time. You have no idea who she is. You have no idea who her backstory is. So I'm going to ask her if it's okay, if she'll just slow down for a moment, and then we'll speed back up. Take a moment, if you could, Lisa, and tell the audience, who are you? You know the question, who are you? What's your backstory that led you to doing what you're doing now?
So my backstory is I've always been a speaker. I've been a preacher. I've been a speaker. I've been a MC. All the things has to do with the stage. And the biggest turning point for me is that I was once rejected by an employer. And that rejection was a big blessing for me. And so in that scenario there, I was able to learn more about me. I learned that, everybody don't have to really like you, and it's okay. So that gave me a little bit more strength and a little bit more power within myself to move forward into my own dreams, which is I'm a published author. I am a master relationship builder. I adore people. And I was born to be hospitable to people who are not hospitable to themselves. And I teach people, you got to love yourself. You can give so much of yourself to everybody else, but you have nothing left for you. So that is my foundation, is to teach people to love themselves and to move forward with their dreams. You can't be everything for everybody. And in that instance, when people are constantly coming at you, no is also a complete sentence.
No is a complete sentence. Take a moment, if you would, and expound on that just a little bit so we're kind of clear. I mean, no is a complete sentence, but how do you make it a complete sentence? And this might be an unfair question, but ladies and gentlemen, she'll be okay with this. How do you be able to say no without one, feeling bad yourself, and two, making the other person feel bad?
So my background is that if you know that you're a people pleaser, and I used to live in that space. I wanted everybody to be happy. I wanted everybody to have everything that they needed, even though I was dying on the inside. And so, with that being said, I had to grow up and learn that no saves me. No will save you because you cannot spread yourself so thin to where you have nothing left for you. You understand?
And I guess the old saying is, in order for you to help other people, you got to save yourself first. You got to make
Yes.
that a reality. Take a moment if you can, because you've been in business. There have been high highs and low lows. What do you look for when you're looking to partner with another entrepreneur? So you talk about the hidden rejection and no, and you talk about through a sales presentation. But what if Shay Brown wants to partner with Lisa, and I've got to go talk to Lisa and try to partner with her, and she says no? A two-part question. Number one, what do you look for when you're looking to partner with another business owner? Because a number of folks are entrepreneurs out there and they know that they got to partner with folks. And number two, when you try to partner with someone and they just flat out tell you no, because it is a complete sentence, how do you handle it?
So people work with and they buy from who they know, like, and trust. And so to partner with someone, I would love for us to have a foundation that's pretty equal. We care about people. We're not going to try to get over on each other. We're going to collaborate to where it can be something amazing for the people that we're going to serve. That's an excellent collaboration right there. Now, if I wanted to partner with someone and they say no, or I say no, if there are things about our personalities that don't mix and we can't get past it, no is good because we don't have a lot of time left on this earth. So we can't force a square peg into a round hole. And so we move on because the things that we have to offer, the things that they have to offer, there's somebody out there that needs those exact things.
Ah, now, do you also look at bringing on mentors and mentees? And if so, what do you look for when you're looking to work with someone? Somebody says, wow, I like what Lisa's saying. Matter of fact, I think she might be a good person for me to learn from, to work from. I'm curious, Shay, when she's looking at bringing on a mentee, forget a client, we'll talk about a client in a minute, but just a mentee or someone that wants to be mentored by you, that means you got to give your time up. What do you look for?
I look for a willing spirit. I mean, they have got to really want, the conversation has got to be in a space to where I can feel that we are connected, that I have something that they can offer. God has taken me through so many different trials and things in my life that he done let me hit a whole lot of stuff. They say he gives his hardest task to his strongest soldiers. So I'm like, can I get to the left just for a little while? I don't want to be strong no more. I'm fragile. So but I've been through a lot of things and I have a lot of things that I can share with somebody because I've experienced them and I've overcome them.
Fierce it and overcome it. One of the questions that has to come up right now is we talk about the hidden rejection of blessing. How'd you come up with that topic? We're all curious about that. I like it, by the way, but I'm just curious, what's the backstory behind that?
So from 2004 to 2016, I worked, the first part, I worked as a concierge in a hotel. I adored that position. And I never wanted to go in the sales department, never did. But eventually I had to go back there, and it was a struggle. When I tell you, if a director, if you ever been in a situation where a director did not like you, this brother did not like me at all, but I never would quit. I would not quit because I kept growing and growing for myself. I ended up reaching platinum sales manager. And not even 60 days after that happened, they released me. I had a great severance package now. I'll give them that. But I lost my house. I got evicted with the sheriff, okay? I lost my car. I was staying with in a hotel. Different things like that happened. My family had to chip in and help me do this and that. And I met someone, and he said, "Why don't you try this company?" And I called and left this company a voicemail. And what they did was they leased up apartments, but they looked for hospitality people. So I left them a voicemail, and they had me come out for 7 days. And I got that job, and I ended up doing the very thing that I wanted to do, and that was travel. And so I lived in 5 states in 10 months, and I did some amazing things. I learned 5 different systems in real estate, not even in hospitality, but in real estate. It was amazing. And another thing is that when I was in my 30s, I wrote on a vision board. I said, when I turn 50, I am going to be in New York in Times Square. So I lost that job. By the time it was my birthday coming up, guess where I was at? They sent me to New
Where?
Jersey. My apartment faced Manhattan. I was in Times Square on my 50th birthday. So that rejection from that leader forced me to do something completely outside of the realm of who I thought I was. And it put me on a path of who I was to become. And so that's where I am right now.
And here you are rocking and rolling and doing what you're doing, which is a perfect segue into a segment we have here called Today is My January 1st. Now, for those folks that tune in for the very first time, you hold on a second. Everyone else who tunes in every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you know exactly what we're about to do. It's that time for that magical moment when you can say those words. Today is my January 1st. Happy New Year to you, by the way. And for all the new folks, today is our January 1st is our personal mantra at the Happy Entrepreneur Show. It represents a fresh start. It represents a do-over. It means our past, no matter how dark and gloomy that past is or how bright and sunny that past is, the past no longer equals the future. And so my question for Lisa on the other side is, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And number two, what was another setback? Was another challenge? Was something else in your life that kind of rocked you? And how did you bounce back from it?
So today is my January 1st. I am in a position right now that requires me, demands of me that I come up with a new way of thinking, a new way of creating income because my mother is in a rehab. This lady has never been sick. And at 91, here she is. We've been in the hospital since January 31st, and we're still here. So it is requiring me, as the daughter, to think about next steps. So this is my January 1st because I am on the move to new things, and I feel a refresher knowing that I'm going to elevate. I don't know which way I'm going, but I'm going up.
I love it, by the way. I love your energy. One of my favorite questions to ask, and you're so authentic, you're so transparent. I had a chance to see you the other day recently as well, by the way. And it's so cool when you get to have eye to eye contact, belly to belly, nose to nose, by the way, over a bite to eat, which is so cool, by the way. And again, seeing you through the power of these fiber optic lines. That's cool as well, by the way. But one of my favorite questions to ask, we have time, we have a few minutes now, is what's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given? Now, I'll frame it for the audience so they're clear that you've read more books than you can remember these days. You've watched more videos, I'm sure. I don't know if you track, I used to track number of hours. I can't even do that anymore. And you had more mentors that you maybe met or never met. But if you had to step back and say, Shay, this is one of the best pieces of advice I've ever been given. Here's what the advice is, and here's why I'm sharing it with the audience. What would it be? Talk to us.
My papa, Les Brown, he says, live your dreams. And that by itself, that was his book, Live Your Dreams. And I think about that all the time. Even as a kid, when I first started listening to Papa Les, I was 22 years old. He had just got his PBS. And he was a segue to me understanding that if this man could be born on an abandoned floor, never been to college, he's still in the space that I desire to be in. I can live my dreams as well. And then Dr. Cheryl Wood, she says, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Now that right there, so it teaches me I'm always learning. I'm always trying to invest, not trying. I'm always investing in programs that will help me get ready, stay ready, be prepared mentally, and understand the programs, understand the processes of being an entrepreneur, of being a speaker, things that I need to do, learning how to do tech. I am horrible at that, but I am learning because I want to stay ready so I don't have to get ready.
I love it. And how do you, as you, again, transparent, you said you're not a tech person, but you're still pushing forward. This might be an unrealistic question, but I'm curious. You have a way where things seem fearful, but you're able to take action. And I think some people think they're two different things. You got to be fearful and action got to come together. But no, you can be fearful and still take action. How do you continue to take action in areas where you feel so uncomfortable, but you're willing to step and do it anyway?
Because I have no choice. I was born, and you all, anybody who's listening to this, we were all born for a time such as this. When you have, your expertise, you know who you are, and that saying, feel the fear and do it anyway. I live by that. There are some stages, even the stage I just came off of, the studio, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I do a good job. I was a little nervous and all these things, but you have to come into an understanding of who you are. Nobody can take the knowledge that you already have within you. Nobody can take your experiences from you. If somebody says no to you and dismisses you from a job, they can't take the education that you got from that job. So you feel the fear of the situation, but remember, you were designed for that moment. Do it anyway.
Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Now is the time. As we come down the home stretch, I'm curious, when you're not out saving the world, helping people, live their best life, to help people overcome the fear of rejection, and more importantly, making sure they find that blessing in rejection. What do you do for fun?
Ooh, I'm working on it. Y'all pray for me. 'Cause I, I don't really always get a chance to have fun. My fun for me is so simple. I love the sunset and the sunrise. I love taking pictures of nature. I post them on pixels when I go to different restaurants and I get good service. I give them a phenomenal thing on Google review. That gives me pleasure to make somebody else, let a company know that they're doing a great job. I have over 3 million views on Google, and it's just simple things for me that I love. I love spending time with my kids and my family, and I'm a simple girl. Before, let me just transparency right here.
Mm-hmm.
I had I had lost 100 pounds. Okay, when I lost that weight in 2011, I could not keep my feet on the ground. I was skydiving. I went hiking to waterfalls. I just did so many rafting. I did so many things. And I think that was my inner me coming out because I was 325 pounds and then you lose 100 pounds. You become the person that you knew that you were on the inside. And so now that I've gone through getting older, I want to get back to that. I want to get back to living and physically being able to do the things that I like to do. My goal is to hike to 7 waterfalls. 2 of them are out the country, and one of them is almost straight uphill, but it is so beautiful. I just Those are things that I really like to do, but when I'm at home, I'm such a chill person. I'm just a chill person.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, you're a chill person, but you're making a huge impact on the world. As we come down the home stretch, two-part question. Number one, what type of clients are you looking to work with these days, if any? And number two, how can folks best connect with you so they can stay in this conversation over and beyond today?
I would love to work with some leaders of hotels because I believe that if the leaders of hotels or any organization, if you are a leader and your people build upon each other, I would love to be a part and partner with someone because I know what it means to have so many loose ends inside of an organization. We all in hospitality, the front desk has to build on sales, and sales have to build on banquets, and banquets have to build on the chef. It's just such a team effort, and my soul has seen it just fall by the wayside. People are now very, very consumed with technology, and we have lost the human touch in these service industries. So I would love to be a coach and be considered to be a coach for an organization, hospitality, or whoever has teams that need each other because they don't realize that they need each other as much as they do.
Well, let me
And
say thanks so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. Did you mention how they can connect with you? I didn't hear that.
oh, I am www.lisajcrawford.com and LinkedIn, lisajcrawford.com. Everything is lisajcrawford.com.
Well, let me say thanks so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. I appreciate it. We got to have you back again soon.
Thank you so much.
And thank you. Thank you to viewers for tuning in, by the way, because without you, well, we don't have a show. And I never get tired of reminding you every night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that no matter what's going on in your life, you're someone special. You're unique, whether you're going to the next level in your life. And isn't that incredible? What a journey you're on, or life's hit you with the punch you never saw coming. The one thing I believe is that today is your January 1st. And because of just that one reason alone, I believe your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, host of the Happy Entrepreneur Show. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you, we'll make some good things how we connect again next time. God bless. We out. Thanks a lot. Lisa, we talk to y'all later. Peace. We'll see y'all on the other side. Bye.